Oh, another one of Marie's poems. There's not a piece of paper on the floor. Someone is writing on it with violent handwriting.
My list. The hated. People who are all talk. Lying grown-ups. Keeping up appearances. Hypocrites. Myself. I hate myself. Dumbass. The light. Animals. Only cute ones, though. Like cats. Milk tea. I like lemon too, though. Black. Blue. Gray, too. Only dark gray. And me.
There's supposed to be another Marie's poems. Ah!
What is this?
I told you not to read these. Why do you keep reading them? Are you stupid or something? Idiot. This is just a note. A note. Do you understand? Say it. It's a note. Margaret. You think you see Margaret's eyes narrow, but only for an instant. You're on top of my list now. I hate you so much, you stupid, you lying hypocrite. Just please stop reading these. Oh, Marie returns to her seat, blushing furiously. I love Marie. I love Marie. Let's see here. Oh, high school. Alright, so let's go up. Alright, where are we at with Ian? Rank 7. Alright, well let's go get her. Yeah, let's get her to rank 8. You attended rehearsal. You play your trumpet with passion. Expression has increased. Samaga Riverbank. After practice, Ian took you here.
Senpai?
Over here. This is where I usually practice. There's never anyone around so I can relax while I play. Sorry for dragging you out here on such short notice, but I thought it would be easier for me to tell you something here.
I think I need to start being more selfish.
Oh. For as long as I can remember, I never expressed my opinions. I've just let them build up inside me. I was trying to protect myself from conflict by just avoiding them. But sometimes arguing about something and talking it through what makes a relationship stronger, I think. I'm finally starting to see that.
Well, no, that's not true.
What? I've known all along, but I was too scared to admit it. I was afraid of speaking my mind and getting shot down. I didn't want anyone to hate me.
That's why I thought I could avoid getting hurt by just going with the flow. It was the easiest way out.
But then you came along and made me realize I was just pretending not to see what I was doing. I've been keeping a lot of unpleasant emotions buried inside. In fact, the real me can be pretty selfish. Oh! Let me kind of go back on this one a little bit here. You're talking to someone right now who's the same way, okay? I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, alright? I've been letting my opinions bottle up inside of me. And now that I'm finally, letting it go, people are either gonna hate me or not like me. And I tell you the truth, and this is where I've been kind of going with this here, is that I dislike people who do not respect themselves. Okay? That's the one thing I've always hated about people. This is one thing I've hated about people who just don't want to, do the right thing, like wear a mask, or, you know, let's just say do commonsensical things. I do not respect anyone who has a strong appreciation of freedom and then cannot respect themselves at all. That is the one thing, and that's the one thing I've hated about Karla so much. Okay. She is a wonderful human being I've ever met, but at the same time, her fantasies with this Britney Spears. And Britney Spears is one person who does not respect herself. Okay? That's the reason why I don't like Britney Spears so much. And she has adopted that same philosophy. And, you know, I would get along with anyone, probably. But the major thing is, when people don't respect themselves, freedom isn't going to make any difference to me. And that's been driving me crazy about these people who say they're, you know, flag-waving patriots. There are people who do not respect themselves. And by doing so, they just don't respect others at the same time. So, you know, you can hate me for all you want on that. Karla can hate me all she wants because of my opinions. But at the same time, Karla drew me crazy because she wouldn't respect herself, and she tried to sink me on that ship. Because around her, I cannot stand people who just cannot respect themselves. And she almost got me to commit suicide because she would not respect herself, and she tried to sink me, take me down for the ride as well. And, you know, what's patriotic about sinking in a sinking ship when you have no respect for yourself? So, you can hate me, you can not like me, you can, you know, give me a middle finger because you may think I'm just being anti-patriotic. No. Is when people do not have respect for themselves, that's when I get a little edgy with people. That's why I hate some of these customers at work, is because they don't know when to show the respect for not just others, but also themselves. That's my issue. But that's enough of that. I just had to say that. Because big difference in being, you know, I understand that people have their own point of view and stuff. I understand that, you know, we all have our own point of view, but when you don't respect yourself, you're not a patriot in my book. You're not even American in my book. And, you know, why should I suffer because you don't even love yourself? And here am I trying to love myself and love others, and people desperately try to torpedo that with their, you know, bull. You know, that's the reason why it drives me crazy sometimes. I'm surrounded by people who don't love themselves. So, enough about that. You've heard enough about that, but that's just me. Alright, moving on. I want people to notice me, but I never make the first move. Selfish, right? That's me. That's why I think about the other day, how I threw away everything you did for me. I feel guilty. But you helped me do a lot of things I couldn't have done on my own. I pushed myself past my limits, and on top of that, I got to hang out with someone I really care about. But most importantly, you made me look myself in the eye. I never could have done that alone. You helped me hear my own voice. Well, I've had to, find my own voice. Thanks to Karla. Because she helped me find my own voice. That means, in a way, I do owe her that debt of gratitude. That's about all I owe her.
So, from now on, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't care what happens anymore.
I'll express my opinion, say what I think. If that gets me on someone's bad side, then that's that. So Karla, back to here, Karla, I'm sorry we couldn't be what we could be, okay? I'm sorry we could not love each other, we could not respect each other, but, I have my own point of view on things. I have my own rights, I have my own self-respect. And I can't be with someone who just who was willing to drag me down. Especially with your ex-boyfriend at the time. So, anyone with that low of self-respect, there's no point hanging out with you. If you can't love yourself more, I'm pretty sure you do at some point, but there are just some things about yourself you don't love or don't like, and you're gonna have to face it one way or another. And I know, you may not like me at this point, but at some point, you will love me for, standing up to you and saying, you know what, Karla? If you want to self-destruct, you do it on your own time. Not on my time. I'll live life how I want to see. This is what I like to do in my gaming. So, if it not make sense to you, I've tried my best. I've tried my best to, respect people in the work I do, but, in this thing called customer service, I'm dealing with people who just don't have respect for themselves. Sometimes. And if people have more respect for themselves, I'll start respecting them. And I'll start respecting you more. But not until, I see that for myself. Alright, moving on. If I get what I want in life, I've got to speak my mind. I owe it all to you, Paladin Senpai. Thank you. Ian is smiling cheerfully. It seems that you're ready to help guide Ian through problems. Rank 8, Ian. Alright, we're 2 away with her. And I would say this kind of the amendment. I'm glad Karla found somebody else. Found another boyfriend and stuff. I really am. I'm very happy for her. But if you're going to try to sink me based on your, lack of self-love, then I'm going to fight back. That is a perfectly good excuse to fight back. There's just no way I could not respect anyone who, would desire to sink people out of their lack of self-love and stuff. That ain't right. And I've had that issue too, where, I didn't really love myself very well, but the last thing I ever wanted to do was take someone down. But when someone's trying to take me down, that's when I had every right to fight back. And this country going through a COVID-19 phase, in a way, I can't really tell if it's out of lack of self-love for themselves, or it is based on freedom and personal choice. I'm not sure if I can't really tell, but it's more of the latter. It's just that they don't like themselves very well. And that's a major. What's the purpose in living in a country, the beacon of liberty, when we, as our own country, cannot love ourselves? I mean, that's a big problem there. And I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. If you don't respect yourself, if you don't love yourself as a free and independent person, you ain't a person at all. I mean, that's just how it is. Let's go. This will be the last thing we'll do today in this episode. You know. Alright, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. I got some laundry I need to tend to, then we'll continue on with this episode of continue on with this game here. Just what I can say, and I don't say this to be mean, and I don't say this to be kind of cruel to people, but you know, I won't be brought down anymore. Okay, I am a different person than I was 3 years ago. Okay? And, you know, the one thing I don't like being is brought down. Okay? I don't like being brought down by, you know, people who just cannot, you know, look at life and say, you know what? I love the people around me, but I also love myself. And that is more important than, probably gold itself. Because if you don't love yourself, then why are you loving other people, in a way? Because, and, I feel like I'm being surrounded like people who just do not care about themselves more. Do not care about their own well-being. And if I have to preach this one more time, I will preach it one more time. Because it is important to, staying alive, and more importantly, I can't even find the words to say about it, but it is important that you don't tell the others that you don't love yourself, don't love themselves either. I loved Karla. I really did. But if I cannot surround myself with people who do not love themselves, then there's no hope for me either. And that's the more important thing, is you gotta respect yourself. And that's why I'm a bit judgmental at times. Is because people don't respect themselves, and I have to remind them. And if I have to remind Karla, I have to remind people to, you look at yourself before you act on something. Look at yourself first before you go, act on other people. Okay? Do you really love people just to escape, yourself, or do you love them because you love yourself? That's the one thing you've got to ask yourself. And I don't get, I probably was a bit of a douchebag back then myself, because I didn't really love myself too for a while there. Probably a good part of my own life. But at the same time, I had no support from people who didn't love themselves either. And they all became fake and unreal, and, no point in hanging around people who just cannot respect that, So, thank you for watching this episode of Persona 4 Golden here on Super Power Bros. 3. In the next episode, we are going to meet up with Naoto, who probably will be recovering. We'll be seeing her at school tomorrow in game. So, yeah, we'll see her in game. And, we'll take on the next arc of the story, which will probably be getting close to finals coming up in about, I think it's like a finals within a week or so. So, yeah, we got that coming up. And things are going to start getting a little interesting in game, more or less. But for now, we still got this quest number 10. I've used my phone trying to get this quest, and I'm thinking we probably will get after this we see the midnight channel on this day. Things will start to turn over a little bit more. So, but yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, this is my social media here at Super Palin TV. That's my flagship channel on YouTube, or on Twitch, excuse me. Also on Super Palin Bros 3, my alternate Twitch channel, and also you can find me subscribed here at Super Palin Bros 3 here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter at Paladin Bros 3. And yes, I will see you guys in the next video. So have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys in the next video. And always remember, love yourself. You got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, I'm going to kick your sorry ass. With Operation Arrowhead Ripper. Just saying. See you guys later. Peace.